to it.
Welcome everybody to Weekly, along with the Chad and Josh. I'm Lyle, and boys, we got a great guest tonight. We're going to talk about how you get to 1 million views on YouTube with Mr. Jerry Parker.
You asked the wrong person.
Jerry has figured it out, y'all, and he is here tonight to share his secrets with us.
That's a big negative, y'all.
We're going to talk about it regardless. So welcome to the show, Jerry. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to have a great time. And if none of the rest of us make it to 1 million, it's going to be okay. we hadn't planned on making it there anyhow. Chad, what do you think? We welcome everybody into chat.
Welcome, everybody.
There you go.
Here we go. All right. We've got first in. We got Pontoon Jody. We got Downtown Ernie Brown, Mike Sampson. There's the avid fisherman member, the weekend angler, Mark Barnum. Nubby's catfishing. Fishing with Squirrel. Feeling caddy with Pam Hollinger. Excuse me. We got member Danny Stone Outdoors. Mr. Maurice Cason. Rods and Reloads. That's a new one to me, Lyle.
No, it's not for me. That's new.
I know who it is. I'm just messing.
I know you do.
We got Lance McCoo guy, the cool guy. We got Cotton Picking Fishing 205 Wild Action, Real and Virtual Outdoors. What's up, Troy? Size Matter Catfishing, Joe Buck 66, the beautiful and most wonderful lady, Miss Cindy Stokes. We got Dale Hayslip, Wabash Nate Jello, Terry Lane, P&B Catfishing, Paul Boyd. We've got Lil River.
You get member Brian B. Catfishing in there?
Never heard of him.
I have.
Brian B. Catfishing. No, actually, I did the go right over top of him, but let's see. I'm actually to the bottom already. How'd that happen?
It didn't take long. Dan there and Cindy and Shirley T. 71 and still fishing. I hope I can say that.
Heck yeah.
Fishing and Freedom member for 16 months. Thank you so much. We appreciate it, Richard.
And Mr. Dave Funk. And there's Michelle. It's all mine.
Trumpet Master
77.
That's a new one for me.
There's my beautiful wife and member Get Hooked on D Fishing.
Trump Master 77. We have some tournament results, I believe, boys.
We do got some tournament results right here. I've got them right here on my screen, sir. This is the Central Missouri Catfish Tournament. Let's see. At Jefferson City from... Oh, they're going to have one at Jefferson City on July 29th, if anybody is interested. Let's see. This was at Drake Harbor. 36 registered boats, 79 anglers, 29 boats weighed fish. We'll go in with the top 5. We got in 5th place. We've got Callip Davidson and Lou Sutterth at 46 pounds. 4th place, we got Dale Smith and Daniel Jacobs at 50.1. In 3rd place with 66.3 pounds, we got Anthony Frazier, Riker Frazier, Joey Russell, Max, and Zoe Russell. They had a full boat. 2nd place at 72.9, we got Gary Taylor and John Blair. And in 1st place with 81.3 and a big fish of 40.6, we got Brian Saunders and John Spatafora.
Spatafora.
There we go. Whatever you just said.
Woo! Oh, you guys been
doing good there for a minute.
Pretty good. They've been doing pretty good. They've been fishing for some time. Gray Wolf Outdoors Homestead, welcome. Paul Boyd.
Danny Stone, member for 17 months as well. D, a member for 25 months.
Wow. Thank you, D. Thank you, Danny. We appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Parker, that's not your good side. Turn around. We talked about this. Oh, Danny, that's a good one.
Oh, Danny.
Oh, man. Buck Williams says, what is Parker going to buy with his big-time YouTube money? A can of snuff.
Yep, that'd be about right.
Yep. Yeah.
Saltwater charters. Is there enough in it to get a whole can?
It's done all right, but it's not what everybody imagines. It's really not.
Well,
Especially it was only a 4 minute and like 30-something second video. So
Yeah.
So it was only enough to buy you one Hughes craft, not two. Understood.
Yeah, there we go.
Got it.
I'm pretty sure that's not going to be the case.
no.
Nonetheless, it's very impressive.
It
not
is.
rare You see somebody get 1 million views on a video.
Yeah.
There's member Catfish and Crappie. Hello, Mark. He said, "Don't let him fool you. Money, money, money."
That's Daddy Warbucks right there.
And Mark is definitely one of those proofs in the pudding that you can't hide money.
Yeah, Mark is sponsored Parker for membership in the country club. So
Oh man, I hope it's a fishing country club and not one of them golf playing ones because they ain't much. If that's what you got for entertainment, you're hurting bad. Oh, just the way it is. Hi, Mike Sampson. How you doing, buddy?
Gray Wolf Outdoors Homestead. Hello, Gray Wolf.
Jerry, we definitely figured we'd get you on here. Like me and you talked about. You're now a legend in the community. Even though I have been saying since day one that Jerry Parker is the greatest overall fisherman that I know. Not the greatest cat fisherman, because I've got a couple in the list above you on that one, and I'm included in that. But again, we wanted to get you in here really before Mark did. So yeah.
Wow.
We figured we would tease you a little bit too about being a millionaire now thanks to your video.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, we can see behind you. That's the 1,000 acres that he bought with his.
God, I wish, boys. I wish, man.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Jerry, what have you attributed the success of this video to anything in particular that you've done or changed, or what made it happen?
Pure crap luck, I think. I mean, I did some looking on the title, and giant at that time, the keyword, giant catfish was just giant was the biggest keyword. And I think the thumbnail, it was a really good thumbnail, and I think that was probably the biggest thing. I think is the thumbnail.
Thumbnails are extremely important, and keywords are too. But it all has to line up, and yours evidently did. But if you've got a great thumbnail, and Josh and Chad are both really good at making thumbnails. Mine suck, so I don't even try to make them anymore. But
Right.
John Parker makes great thumbnails for a lot of people. But I just don't have the vision for what I want them to be when I start, And I think that some of that has to do with talent. Some of it has to do with luck. And then some of it has to do with the content. And let's face it, there was great content in that little short clip. It really was.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. I even tried to, imitation is the best form of flattery. I even tried to catfish Karen you and do something similar with my big channel cat, and it didn't work.
Catfish Karen.
Well, the messed up thing is I tried loading that video for like a week, but I have no Wi-Fi out here in God's country. And we went to a barbecue on Memorial Day to my brother-in-law's house in town. They had Wi-Fi. I got it scheduled. And I was sitting, me and Marcia were sitting there like, well, it's Memorial Day. Should we wait to schedule this thing? I was like, you know what? Crap with it. I'm just going to send it, And it was around 6 or 7. And it started off, I'll be honest, kind of slow. First couple days, it got finally hit up around 1,000 views. I was like, oh, cool, that's awesome. And then Marcia called me one day, said, hey, babe, your video is like 20,000 views. I'm like, oh, crap. Well, then I messaged some of you guys. Well, then after that, Josh, Chad, Mark, and were helping me keep, I'll be honest, I would get so busy, I wouldn't look at it. I'd get a message, hey, man, you're at 200,000. I was like, what? I mean, I'll be honest, I was just ecstatic as be when it hit 100,000. I was like, that's awesome. I mean, that's more than I could ever expect. And I'll be honest, I figured it was going to phase out, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks like it's still rolling.
Yeah.
It's still rolling.
Yeah.
Let me look at the.
Here. So this is a very valid and great point. Because I feel like we have to cover this in the show. It's very important that someone like Chad shares that video out to help you keep going and get there.
Well, I will say that's the one thing, especially when this thing started gaining footing. A lot of my family, a lot of my friends were sharing it out and everything. And that's a big thing. I mean, you can make your videos without you guys watching. It don't mean crap, And I'm about to tell you right now, if y'all getting into YouTube to get rich, good luck.
Yeah.
And the only reason I ever got into it is just my wife, my girls are like, well, you love to do it. Why don't you just give it a shot? And I did. And now, especially, I got a little granddaughter. She loves watching Paw. So that's one of the biggest things. Like when I'm gone, it'll still be there, So
I can actually time out Catfish Weekly.
Creole.
Betty Jean has joined us. Welcome, Betty. Jeremy, fishing with Rob Mack.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and ask me my next question because that location that you were at looked very familiar. And I would like to know why when I was there, we didn't even get a bite. What have you done?
Well, Chad, you fished also earlier that day. Well, that day before, you fished the exact same water where I caught a 65-pounder. And you didn't catch squat. Wait a minute. You did catch your first Mississippi River flathead.
I did catch my first Mississippi catfish. It was a flathead because I am the flathead whisperer. But
I will say where that video was taken does mean a lot to me because that was where I grew up. That was my home place. That's where I cut my teeth river fishing. That's where I learned to river fish. And that little creek that came in right there where you guys were sitting.
Yep.
I was probably maybe I was a freshman in high school. And I was running cross country. And I had a route. I ran down along the river. Well, the creek was real low. And I come by there and I happened to look down there at a hole. And there was a big monster flathead. Had its head sticking out from underneath this root wad. So I run home. And I ran to the house. I told Mom, I said, man, there's this giant flathead in there. So, well, grab a rod and we'll go down and see if we can't catch him. So I grabbed had a compost pile, had some big old giant crawlers. Well, I crawl out there. There's this fruit wad. Well, I crawl out there, and I just barely see the head of that nose of that flathead sticking out. Well, I dropped some night crawlers down there. And of course, he knew I was there. He wouldn't have to. Well, Mom, he's not hitting. He goes, well, get in there and hog him. So back then, this is like, we ate everything back in the day. Back, when I was growing up. And mind you, then I might have weighed 80, 90 pounds soaking wet. So I bail off in this hole, and I get my hand in this fish's mouth, and it pulls me under. And I get up, come up, and here comes my mom bailing off the rocks in the water with me. And she helped me get the sand, and we didn't weigh nothing. But to this day, I've caught some big flatheads, but nothing even close to the size that thing was. And so it meant a lot to me because, like I said, that's where I learned how to river fish, is that section of river. So
very nice. That's a great story.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Erwin Pageris has joined us. Creole Catfishing. I think we mentioned him. Paul Boyd, 205 Wild Action. I think we got everybody.
Buck Williams.
Buck Williams.
Don't want to miss anybody.
We will be doing our.
Yes, we will. We forgot to mention that at the beginning, but we have 2 Ancient Mariner reels we're going to give away to either veterans or current military personnel, donated by Richard Ward. And we're going to do that here in a little bit. Can't think of a better group of people that deserve them more. And Richard is generous enough to do that to our military people every year for the last, 3 or 4 years now. So thank you so much, Richard. It means the world to the show and to these folks that give us so much and ask so little in return.
I 100% agree with what you said.
We've got that all built up. We'll do that here in just a little bit.
That's the truth, Mark.
That's right.
That story you just told, though, Jerry, it definitely puts in perspective why nobody wants to go bank fishing with you and trying to keep up with you and walking.
Mm-hmm.
Now we know that you're a country runner.
Well, that's the one thing that does really suck, in particular area where I live. Funny, Creole. You're funny. I don't have very many spots with good public access. So if you want to try to even stay remotely successful on the river around here, bank fishing, you got to walk. I mean, you've got to walk. I mean, there's no way getting around it, So, but Josh has helped me out here, and I'm taking the boat over his place later this week, and hopefully here very soon I will be out on the river in a boat, but I will still bank fish a lot. So, well, that's high praise coming from Luke.
That is good. Good coming from Luke there. So
I doubt it's Luke. It's probably Tara.
LG Pass has joined us. Richard from Fishing and Freedom.
Tom caught I think it was like a 26 or 28 pound flathead the other day off the dock.
Nice. I did see that. I saw that on Facebook. That is
So,
good looking fish.
26 pounds, 4 ounces. Until I went out there, he swore up and down that there was no flatheads in that area. But
Very nice.
One of my many services that I offer.
One of your many services that you
Yep.
Oh, man.
Or outdoors, and most of these catfish fishermen need to take a walk. He's probably not wrong about that. So,
Mark, you have to thank Josh for that one.
I know I do.
There we go. Buck Williams got the solution. Said a chainsaw and a dozer make a whole lot of places easier there, Jerry.
yeah, like I said, because I do have a lot of spots. A couple of my better spots, I've got to hack through some rough crap, and it's just. But it is what it is. It's all part of the experience. Is that from my OnlyFans, Krill?
Oh, hey, I don't know that I need to know any much about that.
Wow.
So what do you think is your success for being such a great bank angler?
A lot of time, just a lot of hours in the water. I mean, with River Rat boys, you got Jeremy, you got Richard, you got Danny. We are constantly messaging each other, sending aerial photos of sections of the river. And I will say this year, it's been a really good year for me. And I'll be honest, last year's drought helped me. Because when that river got low, I spent a lot of time this winter walking the areas that are normally underwater. I spent a lot of time walking, taking pictures with my phone and stuff all right, because I wanted to see what I was dealing with once that water got normal level, and it has helped me tremendously this year. But now we're getting back to those record lows again. So
If it keeps going, you're liable to find new spots again.
yes, yep.
Creole Catfishing, thank you so much, buddy. Whoop. In honor of my friend Jerry, humble as can be, but a hell of a trophy angler. I would agree with that. That is so very true.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you so much, buddy. But
So very true.
Yeah.
Mark says Jerry is going to buy Mad Cats. You know, every once in a while, Mark can actually put out a funny joke.
Yeah.
Once in a while.
Got his moments.
So, Jerry, how do you pick out a bank spot? What goes into your thought process on that?
all right, biggest thing is your water level. Like whenever the river's high, I am all about those creek and other river mouths. When they come in, those are the biggest things I look for during high water, especially if the water is rising. Now, once that water starts dropping, and you guys know as well as I do, the blues are the first ones they're going to pull out of those creek mouths and everything. But during high water, I always look for those creek mouths with an abundance of bait fish. And then once the river's that, I love the wing dikes. I get on wing. The thing with it, not all your wing dikes are created equal. And the one thing I have noticed is because down here you'll have a series of wing dikes, usually in series of 4 to 5. And a lot of times I seem like the first wing dike and the very last one is the best. My reasoning with that is your catfish come from up, down, or downstream. That's kind of a dropping off point. They can come in there, pop in out of that current seam, and get out of that current for a bit, and you got all that bait. But you got to find that scour hole. The main banks, I look for your big cut banks, riprap banks, woody cover. But this, like now that it's getting hot, it's all about the current for me. Current and depth. That's the biggest thing during this time of year is current and depth. So.
I love wood.
So I've heard.
The whole fish every time.
What did you say?
He said exactly what you think he said. We got another clip. Oh, wow.
Is and that and one thing I try to look for, especially on these current seams, is a lot of like carp, buffalo, skipjack, and moon eye when the current seam's feeding. Right there is usually that's a give-in. If you got all that, you got what you're looking for.
What do you say? Let's see. Danny said is. What'd you say, Josh? I'm sorry.
Well,
I was just going to say that Jerry's one of the most successful bank anglers that I know. So,
yeah.
Well, Danny is the upstream and the downstream. I always look for the upstream, the very last wing dike in a section, and the first wing dike in a section. Like I said, I consider it like a stopping off point. Either a fish on the upstream side or downstream. When they come into that area, they got that current break. They got a spot where they can pop in, get out of that current for a bit, and usually there is an abundance of bait fish right in that area. So it's just a spot where they can come in because, like flatheads, are more homebodies, but your blues are constantly traveling. So
that's a fact right there.
You want to say hi to everybody?
Hey, looky here.
Hi.
Hi.
Wave to everybody. You don't want to go. My little granddaughter.
Welcome back. Right? Wing Dam 101 is in session.
That's right. All wing dams do not hold fish. Ones that do, they either have an abundance of fish or big fish.
And the one thing too, a lot of guys don't do, like at night. Now, if the river is up like normal stage, I actually like fishing the upstream side of a wing dam after dark. Once you start getting later at night, because usually you have that flat back in there, but you have that eddy right there. And those fish will come up on those flats behind those things. And I've caught several really nice fish on the upstream them wing dams at night. And then like a lot of time on the downstream side, and on the wing dikes, you'll have your outside current seam and then your inside. Early in the evening, it seems like you're outside, but as it progressively gets later in the night, those fish will move into the inside, the quieter water of the wing dam, where the water is also shallower. So,
Yeah,
see, we don't have those on the Ohio, so
you don't have the current. You don't need them.
my experience.
No.
most of your lakes don't have wing
Yeah.
dams.
And there's no current. There's no need for a wing dike.
Yeah, there's none. If you get down below Olmsted in that free run section between it and the confluence, you'll find a few down there. So,
But if you can find a wing dam with a break in it, that's a gold mine.
there's a good question right there.
Yeah,
How many
is
times a week-
this the Ohio Lockmaster? Can you make sure we hold back some more water so that the Mississippi River can only catch 8.19 pounds again?
Man, we all got pulled out of that one.
Mark, it all depends on my work schedule, buddy. Like,
Chad, I put my thumbs up, and Dad kicked me out too.
I got to fish last week. I got to fish one time. That was Saturday, and that was it. Saturday was my only day. So if I'm working, depending on when I'm working in the city, I'm on the road on average about 3 hours a day, just driving to my job.
Oh,
Depending on where I'm at, and that's a good day. So if I'm like closer, yeah, I'll get out a couple times, which I'm going to try really hard to actually get out tomorrow and do some fishing, and then hopefully Friday night. So.
No, I didn't miss it.
Warren, welcome, Dieter.
But that's one thing too. If you want to maintain any kind of success, especially bank fishing, you got to put the time in. It's like deer hunting.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what sucks about the Ohio is bank fishing spots are like non-existent unless
They're
you
few
go
and far between.
the dam where everybody's already at. It's very hard to find a spot.
The spots that are accessible, everybody and their brothers already fishing those spots.
Yeah.
The ones that might be good or inaccessible unless you take a boat out and then go beach it somewhere. But I'm going to tell you this, if I launch a boat, I'm going to fish out of that boat. I'm not going to go back to the bank. So
Well, that's going to be my thing too. Even though once I get the boat, don't get me wrong. If I find a good wing dike or something, and I know there's going to be times I'm not going to be able to anchor on it. I'll pull up, tie that boat up, and I'll climb out on that dike and fish,
I have no doubt. There's no doubt in my mind that I can picture that one happening. So,
one of the questions that I have is, how do you get on and off them wing dikes without the snakes eating you alive?
they ain't going to bother you.
Well,
no, they're not. Not but once.
Mm-hmm.
You just think old Danny Stone packs equipment.
Well, most of the time, the snakes you see on the wing dikes are your harmless brown water snakes.
They are a snake. It makes no difference.
Yeah, but
they need love too, Lyle.
You pick them
I
up.
don't put up with them. No, tolerate them. And I know they hang out on them dikes.
Well, you'll get all kind of critters, especially at night. You'll have otters, beaver, raccoons.
I really enjoy places where you can see all that, but I don't have no use for no snake. But otters, beavers, all that stuff is very interesting to watch. Yeah, you say that. Yeah, I am. I ain't messing with them. I just don't fool with them. And I have a new toy that'll fool with them even less now. So we're not gonna mess with it. But yeah, I don't.
I guess a few years back, I was coming off the river one night right at the base of the dike, and there was about a 6-foot timber rattler was coiled up in the rocks. Gotten kind of cool, and he was laying on the rocks, soaking up some heat.
Yeah,
that'd get your attention.
Yeah, I think I'd have been with Lyle on that one. I don't mind the snakes at all, but that one would have timbered my rattler all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What are my thoughts on the cast?
Yeah.
All right.
that's right. Crappie day fish on.
Here's my thought on the cast casket. It's a lot of good fish, but I don't think you're like your absolute true giants, and I'm talking fish like 80 over, are gonna spend a lot of time in the cast casket for the simple fact, the depth. Especially down, it's right there at the lock and dam. Those fish are coming in and out of there. So I don't think you're like true giants are there, because I have already had too many times like I fished a cast casket during the day, done all right, but then I go up against that lock wall around 10 p.m. and later. Then all of a sudden I'll start picking up some big fish. But the Mississippi is right there. I think those fish are just coming up out of that main river in there to feed. You know.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people overlook the fact that a lot of these rivers, secondary rivers, are fed fish from the Mississippi, and that includes the Missouri.
But now in the spring of the year, oh yeah, that cast gasket can be the first one to warm up, and that's gonna be fire. And then the fall of the year too, once it starts cooling down, it'll hold. I think it'll hold a lot of good fish too.
Yeah, don't forget that stretch below Carlisle. That was where the state record flathead come out of. So
yep, there are some giant flathead in Carlisle. And Carlisle, I think it's going to be one of those spots in the next few years, you're going to start seeing some ginormous blue cat coming out of Carlisle, because there's an overabundance of rough fish and shad in that lake. So, and they just, how long ago would it have been now, Josh? 2-3 years ago?
about 2 or 3 years ago, they started the stocking program. As far as I know, they're stocking a few every year now.
So I would say if that's been 2 or 3 years, give it about another 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to start seeing some big boys.
Yep.
You know.
Carlisle's going to be fire for too long. So.
Oh, man. The only thing different about stocking fish in these states, in the mid-United States and the northern states, compared to the ones they stock down on the Tennessee River, like Wheeler and places like that, they have such a longer growing season. Mm-hmm. Our fish have a short growing season compared to what they have. And, you know, Missouri Conservation, I helped them and worked with them to get regulations on Lake Ozark, Truman, and all the tributaries to those lakes. But they'll never see the stuff that they have on Tennessee River just because the growing season is much shorter. Even though they got plenty to eat. I mean, my God, Lake Ozark's got so many shad in it, they should be ashamed of having that many when other places have none. But the growing season just blues do okay, but they don't eat as much in the winters as they do in the summer. They're not as active until they get a hook. But that's different.
Creole, you're not wrong about that, Creole. I had that man on my boat one day, and he was snagging Asian carp behind the wing dike on the Mississippi with how many broken ribs did you have while you were doing that? 2 broken ribs.
Wow.
And he's swinging that, snagging those Asian carp out of there. Williams remembers it. He fished with broken ribs.
Bank guys are a different breed.
Oh, stop. Did you sound like Chad now?
That's why I got a boat. I went and got soft and said I need a boat.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I will never forget you and Rob fishing that tournament in the wintertime and getting frostbite and freezing your tails off. My God. That was a cold day. Didn't you walk in there with them, Josh?
I messaged Chad. I said, I know right where they're at. And I said, I'm going to go bother. And he said,
that's the first time I met Josh.
That's the first time I met those two.
It's cold that day.
And it was cold out there.
Yeah,
and this fool
understatement.
And I didn't even need to fish, but I hooked one and it came off the bank, and Josh bails off in the water.
And I got that fish.
It's like 11 degrees out. And he gets the fish, but he's soaking wet.
I'm telling you, I got back to my truck, and I was like, I got to get this boot off. I got to get this sock off. I got to get my foot down there underneath that heat in this truck, or I'm going to have issues. That sock was frozen. when I went to take it off. Just in that
It was a long way from the truck too when that happened.
It was about a mile. And
yeah.
And then,
yeah, we just seen this big old blob of orange.
Yep.
Steadily getting bigger and bigger. And I go, Rob, what the hell is that? Goes, man, I don't know.
That was a great day. You guys put a clinic on catching them fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, you earned every fish you guys caught that day. I still feel bad about that, but I'm like,
then somebody implemented this 5-pound rule.
And then Jerry and I went the next year and tore them up there again. But we got 2 to count.
Yeah,
I think you guys caught what 40, 50, 60. I don't remember.
Close to 50 fish that day.
There's a lot, yeah.
And had like 2 that counted.
Much as you thought through a road.
Y'all knocked my orange cold weather gear. Y'all knocked my orange cold weather gear, but I stay warm.
If it's warm, that's all that matters on a day like that.
And you know what? You know what's even better about it is I got that whenever Gander Mountain was getting ready to go out of business here in town, and I got that for 80% off. I think I paid about $10 for the bibs and maybe another 15 for the 3-in-1 parka coat. So I'm under $50 in my cold weather gear.
Nice. Got your face smile, Aaron.
So is it official? Have you officially changed your name to that?
No.
Huh. I was just curious.
Yeah, you could have.
You got the $1 million man.
Well, comedians.
Oh, look, even Creole's laughing about it.
Yeah, Creole.
Yeah, you guys just don't see that. I lighted him long ago. Thought everybody would see it. There's Jeremy Tournament Cats. There's Hook and Hammocks.
Hooks and Hammocks says Spoon Man.
Do we need a clarification on that?
I think I need clarification on that. I
definitely don't get it.
Everybody, the first year we went to Mendota, everybody came as a couple. Well, my wife couldn't ever go, and Rob's wife couldn't go. So we went together, and ever since then, I just think Chris, being a little fella, he just wanted to be like some sandwich meat and 2 big old hunks of bread, but
yeah, that first trip to Mendota, I definitely saw sides of Jerry Parker that I'd never want to see again.
I just remember Rob talking about it. He said, if I was born on the shores of this lake, I'd drive 5 hours to fish somewhere else.
Oh, but that first day, he was done with it. He was like, this, I had a great first day, and he was just like, yeah, he was done with it. But then he hopped in the boat with Mark and it changed the tune.
It took us all that first. I think we were up there for 3 days that year. I think it took us, it wasn't until the last day we fished that we actually caught a catfish. So,
well, I will say, I think we went too early this year.
Yeah, I don't know. We did all right, but it wasn't fire, but it was consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that last day, the day I left, because Cheyenne was graduating, we went home that Friday, and Saturday you guys were tearing them. Matter of fact, that's the day I made that video too. Is that Saturday?
Yeah.
Because I sent you guys up to the video, that little brief video of that.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, like I said, it was a fairly consistent catching fish, but it was not like tons and tons of fish.
Mark with Bill Fishing has joined us. Southland Fishing has joined us. Justin's Fishing Fetish has joined us. Hope Gabby's watching with you.
That was the nice thing about Mendota this year. Unfortunately, Christina and I couldn't make it up this year, but there was always somebody live. And so we don't feel like, it wasn't the same, but we didn't feel like we missed everything either. So
I don't know. I do. I felt like we missed it.
You miss a lot, but I'm very glad you and especially Mark got to see my 25.5 pound new personal best, biggest of all.
Awesome.
I tell you what, we flat wore the bass out up there this year. I mean, and not dink bass either. I mean, good quality bass up there on the old cut bait and chicken. It was nuts how many nice bass we caught.
I can expect bass to bite on chicken.
Dave Funk, those are Hook and Drag sells those hats. They sell shirts and everything. So,
yeah, they're definitely got some nice stuff. I've got a few of their hats that we got down at CatCon.
Y'all left that at home. I guess you have to wheel the very next day.
We
We didn't go either. So
that one and that one.
I was really, I was upset when Josh and Lyle didn't get to go. I was like, man, what the crap, you know?
Well, things just happen sometimes. I worked so hard to get that boat ready. Could not make it happen,
Now that it's over and everybody's gone and went, I can talk about it. But when we told Lyle we weren't going to be able to make it, he said, "Well, if my favorite son ain't going, I'm not going."
Now the truth is, Lyle and Cindy were getting ready to go, and he came across a Facebook ad for Springfield, Missouri, where they were having a shrimp festival, and he said he all of a sudden couldn't go.
And now it's just you and I, Jerry.
I see that. Yeah.
Hey, there's Adam. Hello, Adam.
Welcome, Adam.
Thanks. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, we had to leave out early, man. I missed Adam, Luke, everybody, and Tara. I missed all. We missed all that. We had to, because Cheyenne graduated. But hey, I'm not complaining.
No.
It worked out.
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh yeah, I get to send this monster fish to Chad. He's gonna love this.
But
I got you.
Though, think about what you had said though, right? Is your video wouldn't upload, right? Well, we'll go back to Mendota. You had to leave early a day because of the graduation, which put you on that fish. And then the video wouldn't load for a week until you got to a certain area and posted it just the right time. Everything worked out for you in that situation.
It's crazy.
Creel says, "Hey, this is Catfish Weekly, not Ditch Pickle Chronicles."
Yeah, but up there, that was the first time I have ever caught a largemouth bass dragging baits for catfish. That was interesting to me.
Yeah, that is wild. Chris wants
to know everything to do with the
million views. They always have a great fish fry up there on Thursday nights. I think they have it. Thursdays or Friday nights. It's always great. I missed that about as much as anything. Man, get together with everybody and sitting out there and eating all you can stand, which.
I was wanting to bring up some of that drum and get Jerry to fry it up.
Oh no! Don't even. Oh.
Wow, man, I can make you some blackened drum. You want to smack your mama?
I guarantee you, I've had it the way you fixed it. I've had it every way you can eat it. That stuff tastes like ass. I don't care how you do it.
But you know that
it might be the fact that it's drum. They don't call it goop for no reason at all.
Well, I know all those me and Josh caught back in what was January.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I made some fire blackened fish out of that.
Oh yeah, and that is something that people who haven't watched you, Jerry, you're not a strictly catfish angler. You are about as multi-species angler as that you can find on YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, I did have the
because he got a 5-minute timeout for posting it. So
we did a panfish tournament this weekend, and I had the privilege of spanking somebody that's in chat right now.
We got
two of the people on screen Saturday. I got a whopping 3 fish on Saturday. So
Saturday I had, oh my God, my phone was overheating. My rudder cable snapped at my dang kayak again. It was just not a good day, you know. And I was not fishing water that I normally fish. Because Marcia had surgery, so I went somewhere like a public lake, like literally 20 minutes from the house. So, see, Creole knows about.
I don't care. I ain't eating them. Man, I've had so much of that stuff I can't eat it.
When it comes to food, you don't question a Cajun.
No,
well, kind of right about that. Yeah.
You don't question a Cajun.
They'll eat anything too. Cindy says I got 2 off screen. I'm not sure what she's talking about, but
You got 2 off screen. Oh yeah,
missed something.
Yeah, Mark started off really strong on Saturday, and then it kind of just died out on him. And then Jerry and Steve went to town, and I think you finished with 96 fish in that stream, 3 hours.
Man, that's a heck of a day.
And Steve
almost good as the bass tournament.
Yeah.
So when you broke, Josh, when you guys supposed to do your rematch? You, Chad, and Clutch,
we
and
have got to get that scheduled. I was talking to Heath the other day because he's got the funny work schedule. But
shut up.
We got his boat out last week and test ran it a little bit, and I think it's going to work out good. We had one found out it needed a fuel pump, but that's one of those things you can't really find out till you're out on the water. Luke's channeling his inner Josh here. He got timed out, so he's jumping to another account, which yeah, that's worth it right there. Luke, he went up a notch there for me. So
I'm not sure what's going on. I've been missing something here, but it's okay. But you know what?
We got
if
4
you
of
get
us.
that many bluegills, 40, 50, 60, 100 of them, that's a heck of a day. And to do it in 5 hours or 4 hours is amazing.
Yeah, amazing. I did the math, and I figured out we had a fish caught every 51 seconds.
Now, here's something. Now that you all had them great days to go, to qualify, where are you going to fish? Can you got a spot that'll repeat that number the next time? You do have.
I didn't use one.
You don't need one.
I will be on the Illinois side, and Josh knows exactly probably where I'm going. I'm going to.
I know where he's going.
Yeah, you know.
You better not go to the lake. There's rules built into this that
nope.
Nope.
No
but it's only about 15 minutes up the road from there, though.
I would think Baldwin itself would be a great spot.
It's a strip pit. There's a strip pit on the Illinois side.
That'd be good. Yeah.
You can't be going to strip clubs. You don't know. You don't want to get nothing caught there. You don't want to catch nothing there.
Man, I catch this little dude.
What is it?
Get him.
Other way.
Little praying mantis.
Go the other way. Go the other way.
Well, I don't know if you guys see him or not. He's sitting on my little bitty guy.
I can't see. You guys might be able to.
Well, hit him on full
speed. Where was it? I see him there. You're going the wrong way.
You're on the wrong side of your phone.
There you go. My dogs are fighting. He's crawling all over my hand. He won't sit still.
We don't charge any extra dog fights.
Oh, wait. We're getting some questions here from the crowd questioning Jerry's second place finish. I heard Jerry was on a private lake.
That's a big negative. That was Perry County Lake. I was on Perry County Lake.
And apparently that...
like a reservoir for feeding water to the community.
It's actually got some big old channel cat. That lake I was on actually does have some big old monster channel cat in it.
You went live from there chasing channel cat one time about a year or so ago, didn't you? Yeah.
Yep. And I have caught some channel cat in the 20-pound plus range in that lake. So,
good job, honey. Oh, now you're
Time out.
oh.
Yeah,
Dad's number one's getting upset.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
He's back and he's gone.
Well,
He done took him out this time. So.
son number one's on the screen right here. I learned everything I know from Dad up there, you know?
Oh, shit. I don't think that's the case. And you've had some great success. And anybody catch 280s one day? I mean, I guess that video was probably out for a year before I even knew it.
Well, that video that day I actually caught a 93, an 88, and a 70 something. And then we went back that night and I made another video. We caught a pair of 60s and like a 40.
What
night.
a day. What a
everything
day.
was lined up perfect, and it just so.
Yeah, that's the truth there. Smash that thumbs up button. We're 49 of them, 70 watching.
We should really be doing a lot better for our folks when they're
For a quality guest like we have. And by the way, Mark won't be on tonight. He is going to be live fishing in the morning instead. So remember that.
Yeah, he's not so sure if he's not in the spawn now. So
He's in the spawn.
that's what. He said he had 79-degree water temperature every day, and that's.
I didn't know Mark got the spawn anymore. As old
I
as
didn't
he
know Mark was spawning. I was. Come back to it. There it is. Mark says Jerry has a horseshoe in his
tackle box. Nobody.
Jerry, I got a question just popped into my head. Because you are either that good or one of the luckiest fishermen I've ever seen in my life. Do you sacrifice chickens before you use them for bait, or do you just?
God, what is
Wow. Actually, I sacrificed kittens, but you know.
Oh wow!
Oh,
Well, we're getting in trouble tonight.
man.
Well, I'll be like, as far as the chicken thing concerned, now that's hot weather, I very rarely use it. It's a wintertime bait for me.
What the heck? How did we lose Lyle here?
Because somebody just came into the basement and removed Lyle for.
Oh, that's how. Okay.
I saw him. I was like, "What's he
Well, I
doing?"
saw somebody pop in, and I thought they were going to come in, and then they didn't. And
He must be mad at me.
But yeah, the chicken is a wintertime bait for me.
That's a fact, David. I had to do it all by myself. That's why I didn't get to go to Mendoza.
yeah,
But it's okay. You know, it's going in the blow now, and everything is just fine.
Well, I kept telling Dad he needs to move closer than 9 hours away from me.
I know, right?
We're gonna have.
Josh and Dockery are the closest, and they've stopped at his house several times and didn't help him with the boat.
I got to tell you, if
Oh, one messed up when we were there.
no, it was fine.
It was fine.
I told you, when we bought this house, we move again, and they're gonna put me in an old folks home. I'm not doing no more moving.
Well, Lyle's in the best state, so just saying, you know.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Great fishing all over the place. I mean, look at all the fish Dockery catches. Now,
Yeah.
you have that tournament coming up the 8th.
I do. I do have a tournament
Has
coming up.
Dockery entered that yet?
I think he has. He was talking about it. He wanted to make sure that he was going to be able to get into it. So
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but we talked about this the other day. But Thursday night or Wednesday night on Panfish Nation, you are going to be our guest and talk about your tournament. Is that correct?
we will be. Yep, we will be talking about the red, white, and bluegill bass, and it's coming up. It's the third qualifier of 4.
Are you going to allow real bait to be used?
Nope, we got to stick with the Dockery rule here. So
He don't
I
get
got
to
to how fair is it though that all the strong competitions already fished the first 2 events and made it to the finals, and then Dockery comes into like the third event.
and then we got something else there.
Well, I definitely pity anybody that's got to fish against Dockery. I really do.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
All I can say is I picked the right day to get my second place finish in. That's all.
Man, all I'm saying is I wish we hadn't had that downpour that first day.
I had to, brother, all day long.
It is what it is.
Or if Mark hadn't rescheduled his tournament 50 times, but
I know.
that's neither here nor there. He was talking about the end of April. I was driving back from Denver's, maybe speeding a little bit because I thought, hey, we're going to beat now. We're going to reschedule.
Hey, Mark, it don't matter. It don't matter what you caught on your day because you didn't catch it on the day that I caught mine, and
he didn't get in.
I did what it took to move on. That's all that matters.
Mark caught some serious quality.
Yes,
Mark
he did.
He
did, and he caught a bunch of them right off the bat when he jumped in there. I thought, holy crap, man.
And that's, we're down to, we've got my qualifier and we've got Dockery's qualifier. And then we're going to have our 8 for the Panfish Nation Championship. So,
yep. And it'll be
look at Mark changing the rules.
Next
year it's top 8, but no.
We're going to take that out of the play.
You have to perform on the day of your tournament. That's it. Not 2 weeks later or 3 months later or whatever. Totally different.
Chad finally does respectable. Now
I'm going to put him back.
I think that we should allow live bait. I don't care what Dockery says.
Man, you want to talk about some numbers?
Live bait changes.
Wow.
If you have live bait in the contests that we have had the last 2 tournaments, whoever is keeping track of fish would have to split that, and 2 people keep half of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because being caught would be so many fish caught.
Oh my God!
But if you want views, that's the way you get them. Yeah. If you want views, that's the way you get them.
Well, especially because a lot of us were out of the spawn. We're out of the spawn already. Because during the spawn, you can throw just about anything in front of a bluegill, and he's going to hit it. But now that we're out of spawn, like Lyle was saying, you put live bait in there. Oh man!
Oh, it changed.
Numbers would be absolutely astronomical.
Well,
you would go out through the roof.
Chad had his first one, and Dockery caught all those crappie, and I got into a mess. I got into a mess of bluegill during that one. It just
yes, you did.
Yeah,
and then I get 3 fish this past Saturday. I get 12 or 14 or whatever it was. The Creole, you ain't wrong, man. You are not wrong.
Been there, Creole. Been there, buddy. Yep.
So true. So true.
I've never heard it put that way, but yeah, you're right. Chris, cut Nightcrawler is not live.
Sorry. I don't know what you had on there.
Hey, come back here. Cut Nightcrawler is not live. Braaid isn't live.
That's right. And all those
technically, you cut a Nightcrawler in half, it can
got 2 Nightcrawlers.
It can reproduce. It can regrow. So that's how you get more fish and more views, and that's what we're all after. So, and I just want to do it to piss Dockery off.
It's fun to make him mad. So.
It is. I mean, he's little and he's short, and he just swells up like a toad frog. Buck Williams says yins are just lucky John Oyler didn't get in the panfish. He is the king. Well, if he is the king, he should have got in.
He should get in. There's still time.
Yeah, there's still time. He can still get in. If he can catch 100 fish in 4 hours, he needs to be in it because that's what it takes. That was evident Saturday.
There are 2 more qualifiers left. So
yep, nobody's stopping him. He can jump right on in there, and if he can deal out the ass beating, we'll take him. I actually been saving my good spots for.
Oh, I'm just glad like Kim didn't get in and stuff. Who? Kim Burnett.
Oh yeah, he's another one. If he gets in there, business is gonna pick up. I'll tell you that right now.
Who we got there?
Chris said we killed about as many tadpoles as Jerry's has views today. Oh man. I don't know how many views Jerry had today, but if it's compared to the rest of the days, it was quite a few.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Sean T says it's getting too hot down here to fish. Said a lot cooler to watch it on YouTube.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
definitely getting to be like far as catfishing, nighttime bite.
Yeah,
And
Thursday this week's supposed to be rough. It's supposed to be 100 and something. Of course, that's when Jerry's bringing his boat down, so we'll be out there. That might be bullheads and BS this week. Just be out there working on Jerry's boat, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we have 2 days. Thursday 101 and Friday 100. 96.
If everything works out, I'm gonna pull an all-nighter Friday. So get home from work, get my bait, I head to the river about dark, and probably fish most of the night.
And what are you doing for bait this time of year, Jerry?
All right, of course, I always got my skipjack. I used skipjack when I got it, but I like a lot of for the blues. I'm a big fan of fresh carp, common carp, and buffalo. A big headpiece or a big body. And when I'm talking like about a pound and a half size headpiece.
Oh wow!
It's getting to be that time of year. When these fish are starting to come off the spawn. I like using big baits, And I know it hurts me as far as numbers, but I'm not there. I'm not out there for numbers, I'd rather catch that one big fish, And of course, I will have some bluegill. I'll have some live bluegill if I can keep them alive. Have a couple rods out, put some flathead. But skipjack. Now, if I can get my hands on moon eye, which is really hard for me to do, but moon eye is hot weather bait. It's killer.
Yes.
You get that boat up and running, moon eye will no longer be a difficult bait for you to get.
No. Find the rocks.
Go up there, find you one of those barges that have been moored there for a while. Get right on that seam. Fish for them just like you would a bluegill, and you proved Saturday that you know how to catch a bluegill. So,
use crickets, or my favorite way is find a barge that's been setting for years and years, and as the current flows this way, throw right up next to the backside where the current's at with a cast net. And if
I know it night
matter, they'll still be there.
When I was with Epic and Sean. We there below Alton. Once it got dark, we got in behind those barges on the downstream side where those lights were, and was throwing a cast and cleaned up on the moon eye.
Oh man,
they love crickets. Yeah, they love crickets.
Yes, they do.
They like crickets. I've caught them good on wax worms.
Yep.
They like all that stuff. So
I've caught them on little gold spoons too.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
They're fun to catch.
When I do,
fun to catch.
When I get in on the dam and catch them, I'll do a high-low rig, and I'll do one cricket and one waxworm. And you can see, and you'll see which ones they're hitting on, and then I just switch to that.
Mark, that's your own fault.
Oh, Mark.
Unbelievable.
Get started, Mark. No, don't forget we got a giveaway tonight.
Yeah, Mark's using Parker Eyes chicken tomorrow, so.
Try minnows under a float, good for moon eye. I haven't tried minnows.
But either.
Minnows are hard. It's hard for me to get minnows.
I had no trouble.
Nobody sells them around here anymore.
I just go to the creek. I take a minnow trap, go to the creek below the house, and that's one good thing while I'm at. I've got a spring branch. It don't take long to get minnows. But I'll be honest, for crappie, it's been ages since I've used minnows for crappie.
Yeah.
I always just grab jigs.
Yeah. They're either working or they're not. Red worms, not too. I didn't know that. River shiners, they'll eat about anything, I think.
Yeah.
Probably shiny heinies.
I love a good shiny heiny.
Not gonna go there.
That was your opening, dude.
Except for Parker's. But hey, Parker, I got a question. What's your favorite song? Is it "If I Was a Fish and You Caught Me"?
Yeah, Chad was in there serenading me Saturday.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
There's a great short on my channel of Jerry Parker.
They turned off the comments on that, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't know why. Other than
I have a great short on mine, but it has to do with Christmas time and a guy hitting a dock roof.
Well, literally, they immediately turned the comments off on that short, and I got like hardly any views on it.
Nobody wants to see a fat guy in a little tent, you know?
I don't know. I found it quite funny.
Maybe that's what it is. I need to rename it.
Oh, there we go.
Ancient Mariner 6000.
The thing will cast a mile.
Pretty real. This one's beautiful. The other one's blue. We'll get it out in just a second. But I think Chad needs to go ahead and give this bad boy away or set it up.
Well, I will. I've got it. I've got everybody's names already on here, but I would love to. I think we had 34 plus Brian here is 35, minus a couple people that posted whatever. So we got all the names on here, though.
What color is that, fellas?
Orange.
Like a burnt orange?
Burnt orange.
Gold. Copper.
Beautiful.
Orange.
Let me.
That's one thing about those Ancient Mariner. They come in all kind of different colors. I have several. I have like purple, blue, got a red one, green, silver.
Collection ad booth. But I have my pen out, Chad, to write the winner's name on.
All right. Well, like you said, we got let's go through the names here that everybody we got in here that put on. We got Jerry Barnett, Dave Scott, Mark Sanders, Mark Greer, Bill Ponchot, Maddie Baker, Darren Vrees, Freddie Beck, Steve Farmer, Steve Hogan, Danny Stone, Stan Smith, Norman Neighbors, Terry Lane, Mark Stokes, Terry Johnson, Darren Keene, Dan Clary, Michael Fuller, Chris Lee, Robert Scott, Darren Mudge, James Roy Thorne, Jack McDonald, Matthew Walbert, Michael Bollinger, Keith DeBose, Tim Donna, Chuck McGee, and Brian Wedmore. I'd like to personally thank each and every one of you guys for serving and
that's right.
Absolutely.
Giving us this freedom to come on here and I was gonna say make fun of Jerry, but Jerry's gone.
He ran off.
So we will. Do you want me to shuffle it at all, or you just want to keep it?
You're running it, dude.
Well, we could do it. We could do the shuffle a million times in honor of Jerry's video, but we might be sitting here for a minute.
Yeah, let's not do that.
All right. I say we just go with it.
I agree.
All right, here we go. This will be for the orange Ancient Mariner. Ooh, right on the line there. Michael Bone Challenger.
Yeah, it's Mike.
Congratulations.
You got that there, Lyle?
I do, Michael. All you have to do to get this reel is message me either on my personal Facebook Messenger or on Catfish Weekly and give me your shipping address and your rank. That way we can check it again, what you posted to make sure we got the right. And I will get this right out in the mail to you. Thank you so much for your service. It means the world to us and a lot of other people that never tell you. They some of them won't tell you what they're thinking, but it means a lot too.
Absolutely.
And we want to thank Richard Ward again from Mad Catter's Catfishing, because if it wasn't for Richard, we wouldn't be able to give these away. We give away rod racks a couple of times. He's donated this stuff every year about the time I know the trip starts or thereafter, and it means a lot to us to be able to give this stuff away. And Richard is an excellent guy. He does so much for everybody else. And that's the reason we're able to do this. And here's number 2.
I like that one too.
That's a great one.
Pretty. Very pretty.
Very pretty.
So, and they feel very smooth. And I haven't tried one of them myself, but would love to.
They
They're
definitely
pretty
can.
got a solid reel, but the only thing I will say about things seemed like on a truly big fish, did have just a smidge of a hesitation on the reel itself, But they cast a mile. Got
They
a good
look,
drag system. So.
yeah.
They cast really, really good.
So we're gonna have a second winner here coming right up.
Just let me know when.
I have it in the box, turned back upside down to write the winner's name on this one also, Chevy.
So you ready for it? You ready for it?
You bet.
All right, we got the name still on here. Jerry, count it down. Tell me when. Say go.
Go.
If you don't win, it's because Jerry Parker told me when to do it.
Yep. Maddie Baker.
Maddie Baker. I'll let Lyle have that one for a second.
Got it. Now, always on our giveaways, we have a week to get your name to us so we can get everything lined out. With this one, we'll give you 2 weeks, and if nobody has claimed one or both of them in 2 weeks' time, we will do this again. Agreeable with everyone? I mean, I usually on reels and stuff like that, it's a matter of hours.
Yeah, I don't think we'll have any trouble, but yeah, that makes.
I don't want to sit on here for a long period of time, and then somebody says, "Oh, you never sent them out." Well, I didn't ever get the address, but I feel like that we'll be good on that. But just in case something comes up, like I say, if we give something away on a Monday night, if it's not claimed by the following Monday night, we try to give it away again. With this, we'll give them 2 weeks. These are guys that earned this, and ladies and guys, whatever the case may be, that earned these things. So we'll give them 2 weeks, but I don't want them sitting here, and then that's how the rumor mills get started. And we're not going to – I won't put up with that crap ever again. People telling stories and lies and bullshit. I just won't ever go through it no more. So we're just not going to do it. But 2 weeks, and I think we'll be good. Somebody will have that. Somebody says, Bugman22 says, Maddie, yes. So evidently – they know them. Well, at least one of them. I'm going to say we'll probably have all this settled by in the morning to be my guest, but you never know. You never know.
Hopefully, those folks over there know they need to be over here subscribed and tune in and watch for the drawing. So
that's right. That's right. And great drawing, Shade. You've done a wonderful job. I don't care what Josh says about you.
I don't care what he says about me.
I know he don't care what I say about him.
If this wasn't PG-13, I'd say what I think about his head, but that's okay.
Oh my gosh! Here we go. Here we go.
I think we made Luke mad though. I haven't seen him back in chat, or he just decided
y'all need to leave my little brother alone.
Oh boy!
He aspires to be like me, and you guys pick on him way too much.
Man has low expectations.
Yeah.
You calm down over there, Chunky Pursuits.
Yep. All I got to say
Skipjack in the mail.
Look, lady says, I just messaged her that she won. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, look, lady.
Jerry, thank you so much for coming on here and sharing your knowledge and laughing and telling stories with us. Let's face it.
Thank you guys so much for having me. It's an honor to have this week.
Pleasure. It's always a pleasure to have you. And, you picked a little fun at Chad, but he picked a little at you first. So
Jerry's one of them brothers from another mother, that's for sure.
That is a fact. Well, we appreciate you being on here, and it's been a great show. And if you make $2 million, you let me know. We'll get you back on here, and then you're going to have to tell us how you done it.
Yeah, no doubt.
You guys heard it. We're having Jerry on next week.
All this sexiness right here,
I got you. What did you say, Josh?
I said, just so everybody knows, Jerry will be on next week. So,
well, the way he's going, it wouldn't surprise me. But I'm happy for you, dude.
I hope he is.
I do too. I'm thrilled that you've done so well with that, and I hope you have more of them like that.
I think it's awesome.
It's a great feat, and we're also thrilled to know that you made it to the big times. And let's face it, that is the big times. In YouTube, 1 million views on video to me is the big time. So there's lots of people that do it more than once. I hope you're one of them. I hope the next one does the same thing for you. But if it doesn't, you've done it one time, and that's it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm tickled to death, but like I said, I'm fishing hard trying to get into the 100-pounder, man. So hopefully next.
That was one question I did have earlier that I never got to. But how long before you think you finally land that hundo?
Soon, I hope. Cause I think there's been 2 different times I think I've had fish over 100 pounds hooked up, and just things didn't work out. But that's one of the reasons. Like I always, no matter what, I always at least got 1 or 2 monster baits for that hope. You know, you never know what's going to happen.
That's right.
You know, you never know.
No bait too big.
I can't help but wonder if you didn't have him biting during that monster hunt. I remember watching you, that one get off there about halfway to the bank.
Yeah, that rod I had probably legitimately, it was probably close to a 2-pound carp head.
Mm-hmm.
And that rod, that fish absolutely destroyed that bait. He popped it, and that rod just buckled over. And I reeled down that fish, and he didn't budge for a second. And then he ripped off about 70, 80. It was on that pin squall, too. A 30. He ripped off about 60, 70 yards of drag if I finally got him turned around. So, I don't know. Makes me wonder.
You never know.
But you know what? We got one more thing before we wrap it up.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting that.
We got us a bragging board this week.
Let's have it.
Good deal.
And we might even have our guest in the bragging board this week. Just saying.
Sweet.
So, y'all are ready? Let's go.
We're ready.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, after a couple-week hiatus, it's time once again to check out the Catfish Weekly Bragging Board. This covers up and through the week of June 26th, 2023. Michael Bowles sent in this picture of his son, Aiden. Aiden caught his very first channel catfish, a 3¼ pound fish caught from Lake Monroe on June 5th. Congratulations, Aiden. The Hawaiian fisherman Lance McCougai caught his very first ever flathead catfish on the 10th of June. This 24-pound beast was caught from the Fox River in Wisconsin. Congratulations, Lance. Jerry Parker of Parker Pursuits has been on fire lately. Here are a couple of awesome catfish he's caught during some recent live streams. Good job, Jerry. Pam Holliger of Feelin' Caddy recently fished a Cabela's King Cat tournament held at Sandusky Bay. Pam and her team ended up with 51.19 pounds of fish, which got them a second place finish, big fish of the tournament at 23.64 pounds, and also a first place youth finish. Congratulations. Our friend Chrissy Brown sent in these pictures of her top 3 fish during the ladies call-out tournament. She also sent us this cute little channel catfish, which she said was enough to keep her from skunking this past Friday. Congratulations, Chrissy. Those are some nice fish. Don't forget that you too can be featured on the Catfish Weekly Bragging Board. To be eligible, the fish needs to have been caught within the past 14 days. We take pictures of any species of fish, so send them on in. Email those fish photos to pics@theweekendangler.com. Send us in the information listed on your screen, and we'll be happy to get your fish up on the Catfish Weekly Bragging Board. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a great week.
Great job, Josh.
That's always a fun one to put together. I like doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was excellent. Excellent. Very nicely done. We appreciate it so much. I want to thank everybody for watching Catfish Weekly tonight. We had a great show with Jerry, and I know we'll be getting him back on here before you know it and doing it again. Chad, you and Josh, you've done awesome as always, and appreciate having you guys as hosts on here with us. I don't know what we got going for next week, but I know that the bait shop is on Thursday night. Mark and I are going to host Josh Wednesday night at 7 o'clock on Panfish Nation, and then we'll be back here next Monday. So,
Yep.
Jerry, thanks again. I
Thank
hope
you guys so much, Brandon.
Yep.
What's
Just
that?
remember that Mark will not be live tonight. He will be live tomorrow morning using chicken. Good night.
Yeah, I think he's got his butler polishing the boat up for tomorrow's live stream. So.
Oh yeah.